Alright everyone, welcome back to another Mount and Blade Bannerlord playthrough. This time we will play Eagle Rising once again. I don't think I entirely did the mod justice last time, as my videos ended up lagging a bit. That had something to do with the encoder, but this time around I will promise no laggy videos. So let's just jump right into it here, and as we have the loading screen, I just want to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you who has supported the channel and are watching my videos. Thank you. 3,000 subscribers now, that is insane. As some of you might have heard, I just started this channel as a fun hobby. I wanted to become better at English. I thought my English was very rusty, so I started recording myself playing some games, and I thought, why not just upload them to YouTube? And now 3,000 subscribers later and a monetization, here we are. Alright, so we will play as the Roman Empire once again. This time I hope we will do a bit better. This guy could be looking very Roman, so let's take that one. I want to have some social, I want to have a horse, and I want to have more endurance, and also getting some intelligence is good. Then we want some one-handed, and I want to have more one-handed. Good. So we'll start at the age of 20, and we of course want the eagle and a good blood red here and a golden eagle. Here we are, a bit bigger. There we go. And now, if you haven't read the title, we will of course start as Caesar, Julius Caesar. Alright. And the Bannerlord difficulty, I want to have a smaller chance of losing my clan members, and we are going in here with no death for us. Alright, let's just start here with a bit of mods, and we go into the mod options here. So I do have adjustable bandits, and I will set the bandit size to 1, and we might set it to a bit higher when we are over the first struggles here. That's approximately 1. And I have diplomacy and of course BetterTime as always. Also I have the Children Grow Faster mod on. And yeah, that's about it. We do have the realistic battle mod, as you have to in this mod, but you can see the bandits are already a bit large because they already spawned, I guess. Alright, I just wanted to start off here with talking about who was Julius Caesar. Just a bit of a history lesson so we are on the same page. Not that I am the biggest historian, but it is entertaining, I think. And a bit important to how we are gonna play the game. So, Julius Caesar, his first name was Caesar, so that's not a title, that's the name of this guy. He was born into the noble Roman family of the Julii. The Julii was a big name, but at some point they have kind of didn't go so well for the family in regarding to wealth. So Julius Caesar became a soldier in the auxiliary and later became a army leader who fought in the Gallic Empire, Asterix and Obelisk, who was over here in the southern part of France, as far as I'm concert, or I think there it is. Yeah, and he was successful over there, and then he marched back to Rome. He allied himself with the mighty Marcus Crassus, who was the richest man in Rome, and what Julius Caesar didn't have that Marcus Crassus had was enormous amounts of wealth. So they allied themselves, and Julius had the name, Marcus had the money, so they could generate a huge army and take over Rome. And Julius Caesar could lend his name and become Caesar, or king over Rome. We will have to steer a bit clear of these huge amounts of barbarians. So that is the history here. And we will try and go in his footsteps, our dear Julius Caesar. Let's see here. We can see if there is some cheap animals we can buy and sell some hides. Maybe let's just try here. We also need some food. So let's see here in... Yeah, so that is more expensive than the actual sheep. So let's buy a couple more and generate some money here. Alright, let's sell a couple more. They're still worth more than the sheep. But let's go here to Fabriano. But first, and also as always, we need to establish an economy. And here they are actually more expensive than in Rome. So let's see here. Sheep is more expensive as well. But what about the hides? They might be worth more here. So let's slaughter a sheep and trade it off. And we can buy some more, I think, here. So we are, of course, getting money, but we are also getting some meat. So that's good. And we can also just trade off the meat here and buy the last sheep and do that again. So this is a well-known start to the game. Buy some sheep, slaughter them, and sell off the hides. And now we have troops, but also more money than we started off with. These barbarians want to fight. So back to the lag that I had at some point in the videos. It was some kind of encoder problem, which I hope we have gotten rid of. I have, of course, just played a bit before just to see if I could get rid of it, and it hasn't come again. So I believe it is done, but it did promise a lag-free videos, so I hope I will live up to that. Good, but as you can see down in the right hand corner, there are a bit of signs of armor, and that is because you need the realistic battle mods in order to play this mod. And what the realistic battle mod does is take in account that you have armor and that needs to be broken in order to do some damage, and also it takes into account what type of armor and what kind of attacks you are doing. So against armored units, it really makes a big sense to be stabbing these guys, and slashing doesn't do a lot. So that means that all kinds of stat damage is way better against armored units. And slashing is more viable to these unarmored units. Also, we have the posture down in the right hand corner, and that says something about how you are doing. Can take it like a stamina and agility kind of thing, but if you have low posture you will not do as much damage. Yeah, so that is a bit of an explanation to that. But in this playthrough we will be playing as a good old auxiliary Roman soldier with jabs and a one-handed sword here, and of course our horse as a true Roman leader. Alright, let's see if we can't get rid of these. So if you... Wow, I got thrown off my horsey here. But if you have played the vanilla game, you might think, why am I not doing that much damage? And that is because of the realistic battle mode here. Alright, it couldn't be anything else that I got killed in my first battle. That is just how it always works for me. And with that said, it could be a good idea just to say that I am in no way a good Mount and Blade player. So this is of course just a casual run, and I hope we will have fun. Please ask me some questions and interact with me in the comments so we can have a good time together. Maybe also have a live stream at some point. Please tell me if you would like that. Alright, let's just get some skill points here into one-handed, and we do want some stewardship. Why not some athletics? We are going to work on athletics anyhow. Throwing could have taken that. Let's just wait until we get another level. And let's get these two up at a start. Good. But we did get some upgrades here. And let's just have these. But in this mod, the what you call them, the soldiers are delegated into 3 groups. You have the first soldiers, which is from tier 1 to 3. Then you can get these who starts at tier 2 and gets to tier 5, and then if you press Ctrl M, you can promote your soldiers into better ones. But that requires soldiers that are tier 5 in order to do so. So that's something we'll do later. Let's see if we can. Yeah, you need to have this one in order to get that one. And these will do a lot for your party size, as these banner guys will make you able to have a larger army. That's good. Alright, there are still these large groups of barbarians, so we will have to watch out for them. Hopefully they are not that fast. And let's just buy a saddle horse here and move along. Here is some barbarians we can take on, so we will do that right away when we have 20% HP. But we might get caught here in the back. I would very much not like that. Alright, but we will be working on getting to clan tier 1 as fast as possible. and then we will of course join the Roman army. I did just see that my encoder had some problems. There is some encoding problems with this mod. I don't know what it is, but we are out of it and no lag is back. I guess I'll have to see if I can find some more answers to that beside recording episode 1 and 2. I am not hitting anything here. There we go. Come on, dude. Maybe we should get some tempo going. Where is the last one? There is a guy over here. Alright, we got a hit there. But still not a lot of damage done. Alright, we won the battle. And got some renown. We can take these barbarians with us. And we could actually take a spear. But I don't think that really suits Julius Caesar to be riding around with a spear. So we are just cosplaying here. Let's see if we can go to Venetia. We are still holding on with the archers here. And let's go up here. Another level or just this? We will have some wrapped handles. And let's get some nimble steed. And there is some, what should we call it, changes here in this mod in regarding to how you manage your settlement. We will talk about that when we get to it. But I really like how that works in this mod, where instead, oh, I'm buying everything. That's not what we are going to do. We are, of course, selling everything. But back to what I was talking about, instead of you having these daily things you can do, have a party and work up your daily loyalty, you can, it's actually upgrades instead, and you have level 1, 2, 3 and so forth. And I actually think that works way better than before. And as far as I'm concerned, that's also what they have implemented in the new beta version of the game 1.3. So I think they must have gotten something right that Tailworld works like, since they have implemented it into the base game. I definitely like it a lot. Alright, my horsey just took a hit here. Finally a good hit. Let's see if we can't get that one. The problem with these swords is that they are so small, it is a bit hard to hit with them. Alright. Let's just move on here. And we, of course, are going to see if we can't join a tournament at some point. And speaking of mods, I of course have the BetterTime, so I can speed up a bit more. So this is 4 times speed, and I have an extra button to make it 16 times speed. I am a big fan of that, but as some of you might know, it sometimes costs me my life when I'm looking at the map. But I think it is mostly positive. Alright, let's see here in the arena. Nothing here. The smithing guild, and you can see the public armory. This is where you get the bigger or the better stuff. So we have some gladiator helmet. We will of course go with the Roman helmets. I'm a big fan of those. We will of course wait a bit with that. We do start with some good armor though. Very good armor. So that's a bit cheating, but I don't decide what we are going to start with. Here are some more barbarians. Let's take care of them. Let's just see here. Where did they go? Here we are. Are we not faster than them? Alright, now we got caught between two parties here. And they actually have double the amount of troops than we have. So the Romans really need to stand their test here. And maybe we should make the square here. Alright. I will try and throw off some of these guys and see if I can't kill a couple with my jabs, and of course get the enemy jabs off. Are you going to throw some jabs at me? I am doing some damage here with the horse. Here comes the jab throwing. And we have drawn the attention of some of the shooters here. So that's good. Is that about half of them? So we can actually go and attack with our troops. As long as we have drawn these guys out. And then we can level the playing field here. Alright, we didn't get to kill as many as I wanted to. Was that my horse going down? Took a spear in the face. He took a gladius to the face here. Alright. The Julii are doing some damage here. Some of you have seen me play without a shield before and witnessed the horrible acts of me blocking. I am a horrible blocker in this game, and so this time around a shield will do me some good when doing one-on-ones, especially if we are going into bandit hideouts. Looks like the Romans are winning here and the enemy have retreated. Good for us, but we did lose our horse in the back and a couple of men here. But we can take some prisoners and we have some upgrades. We got some wine here. Thank you. Alright. So let's get going. Did I lose my horse? No, it's still alive and well. It was just in the battle it died. So let's get some of these guys and maybe we should supply ourselves with some fish in order to get some more food variety here. So fish here. Get a couple of those. Let's see, we got one more here, and let's take some throwing. Gladiator rebels. Can we take them out, or are they just stuck there? Looks like they are just stuck. Alright. So let's go to Rome. We might just look here. He is just a rogue. So nothing we can really use him for. We could of course have used him if... I'm not gonna take on a cloak. We could have used him in the newest update where they have made roguery a lot more viable. Let's see here. Let's just buy all of these sheep and go to Ancona and slaughter them all and sell off the hides and some of the meat maybe. We have some upgrades. We could get some horses, but I think we will wait with that. Might be a good idea to wait with upgrading, but right now our economy is going pretty well. So I think that's all right. Let's see here. Well, we're not getting all of our money's worth with only selling the sheep hides, but we can sell some meat also, and then it is definitely worth it. Where are the turnies? There are some steppe raiders. I'm a bit afraid of them. That seems to be some one with horses. More barbarians. Let's take these out. Here comes a big imperial army. But these guys are also Roman, I think. Or what? These guys are Roman, and these guys are Roman, but these are the Diatic. I would think this was the Gallic Empire, but alright. We will find some.
Under my command! And for charge!
Hello. Alright, I am back with the sound. There are some encoding problems. At least it didn't give some video lag, but it did give me some audio lag here. I couldn't hit anything with my life. It did rely on it. It's very hard to hit from up here with this small sword. Good. Let's help this guy out. 3 damage. Alright, he is fleeing, so we can just take him out like that. Good. I will need to see on the encoder problem between these recordings, but for now it seems like the video is alright. Good. Last time it actually had the positive thing that I went out and bought myself a new computer, as I thought it was because my computer was way too slow to be recording and playing at the same time. But turns out that this mod does have something in the when you're recording and having your recording and fighting. There's nothing on the map. It's only when going into a fight that the encoder does say that it's overburdened. I don't know why. I'll try and find out, and maybe I can give you an update on that. Alright, these barbarians are a bit faster than us, so that might be just stupidity to just chase after them. We will need some horses to get some speed. What about these guys? They may be faster. And then there are some other raiders here. They look interesting. But good again that we have the BetterTime mod. Then we can also then we can just speed up.
Under my orders!
Alright. No encoder problem, says OBS. So we are just going in here. I think we can just go ahead and give them hell. I believe our soldiers are better. At least they are better armored than the enemy here. Let's see if we can't get some jabs off. And throw out some power rifle. That was going to throw out some what is called aggro in other games. Alright, good hit here. And another one. When I say that, I always think of the ends in Lord of the Rings when Merry and Pippin are throwing spears, or not spears, throwing rocks. A good hit. Alright. But good hits it is, and we have gotten ourselves some more loot. And let's see here. I would be very glad if we could hit Clans here 1 here before the end of this first episode, and it looks like we are going to do that, so that is positive. That is for me like my general goal of my first hour of playing, going to Clan Tier 1. So this one is from another culture. We would like to get some Roman cultured people, especially if we are going to use them as governors. Let's see here. We can now get some archers, but we don't have room for them. Sheep are expensive here, so we will just move on. How are they up here? They are alright, so let's buy them, slaughter them, and sell off the hides to Ancona. I do feel like you should be getting trading skill for this, but you only get it when you are actively buying stuff and selling it to other villages or settlements, and not in a slaughtered form. So the port where you can buy ships in this mod, also something that has been added to the newest edition of the game. Let's see here if the arena isn't ready for us. Looks like it is. Let's go in here. And we can get another armor. Let's bet on ourselves. There is some encoding problems, but I think it's gone again. These spears, they are slow. Slower than I'm used to, at least. Maybe it's just because we are so low leveled. He got knocked off his horse here. Maybe we can. Okay, we have a knife. Okay, I lost my shield because he did a perfect parry there. Ah, damn. I need to get on the right side of this guy. Now I got knocked off my horse again. Good. Let's take up the spear here. He's not coming for us, it would seem. Can we go out there? Or is he too fast? I don't know, but he just lost his shield. Let's get up. Are you serious? Alright, we just need to mount the of the horse there. Did he die? No. There he go. That took some time. More betting on herself. This time it's a one-on-one with some jabs. That was not a good javelin throw. That was better. Good. I was starting to get afraid there. Julius Caesar, the arena master here. This guy doesn't have any armor, so let's let him get towards us. We have 4 jabs now. Alright, we broke his posture there. I also like that. Alright, one-on-one here. Let's see if we can't break his shield. We'll just kill him. Alright, he was faster than me. Good. A militia guy. Alright, some renown. And a good armor. And some good money from the bets. Let's see here. It's a bit better leg and arm wise, however, not a lot. So I think we'll just keep it and give it away if needed. And she is from Russia. I don't think we will do that. That was really not what I wanted to do, but let's just go in here. This is my civilian, and I have a small knife here. Alrighty. Let's see. We should get some more stewardship with all the food we have. Or do we have enough food variety? We have 3. Let's buy some grain then. I think that's enough. And move on. How are we? Are we getting more troop room? We are. Let's see. Here are some gladiators. Can we run them up? We could. 11 versus 22. We are making a shield wall. We would get a better advantage going up on the hill. They are throwing their spears at us. I would like to get some athletics. Our shield wall is hard to break, and when we have a shield wall, the soldiers are a bit more passive, and that makes us able to just stab the enemy and get some shield point or skill points here. Let's take these rebels. And take a step to Rome here, a trip to Rome. 10 more renown to go. And there is a tournament here. Let's go. I love these loading screen pictures. Let's bring these jabs with us. That was not what we wanted. Then we'll just stab them. More betting. Alright, 4 versus 4 here. A lot of jabs coming in.
Come on!
Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can't do something here. We can get these in the back, but here we have the armor problem. We need to stab, press down here in order to stab. That deals a lot more damage. Good. And we have a cavalry. Okay, I thought I dodged that one. Alright, no shield. That was a stab right to his face there. Good. And the finale here. Get him down. Good. Another victory by renown. Almost at 50 here. That is some progress. Let's see here. We got a spear. Might want to give it to a cav companion if we get that. Ceacar the prince is still not from Rome, so let's move on. There's something we can help Sino with. I'm hosting a tournament. It's actually a spy. Okay. The spy must be hiding. Once you are there, start questioning the townfolk. Okay. Let's go to Palermo. It must be up. Down here? Down there. You can see my geography knowledge of Italy. Why can't we go there? Is that... There is a bridge down there. It should be possible. Alright, looks like the Carthaginians have taken some of the bottom here of Italy. We can take out these barbarians.
We're not looking.
While we are at it.
On my orders! Raise your shields!
How did that go right through them? I am amazed. Also to the shield here. I like that they are falling when they are getting a horse right into them. 70 damage, that's a lot. And right to his face without a helmet. That's a kill right there. Alright, we got knocked off and our shield is dead. Let's see what Julius Caesar can do here. Can we break his posture? Alright. Barbarians here. There we go.
And kill them all!
Alright, this guy's running away. I will not catch him. Let's take these guys prisoners, and we can take all of their stuff. So let's go into Palermo and see if we can't find the guy. We'll just wait to get to our 20% HP here. Let's see here. So you can press Alt and then you can see where stuff is going on. Unfortunately, you can't use the BetterTime here and speed things up, so we will have to just go. That's the arena, and looks like up here is, and down there is some people with a quest logo on top of their head. Is this like alleyways or what is going on here? Gang leader bodyguard.
Yes?
I'm looking for a spy. Might you be the spy? No? Alright, I'm just moving forward then. Or how did that go down? So, I am planning on doing these 1-hour episodes just as I used to do. So, that's what it's going to be. If you have anything you want to say, if you think an hour is too long, or if you think you would rather have them longer, please let me know so we can do something about it. Let's see here. Let's see, it's a duel here. Alright, then we go into the arena. I like that. Alright, he hits hard. As hard, so I lose my shield. Come on, dude. Alright, finally. I was getting a bit afraid there, but the duel has ended. And what now? I gained 18 points in charm. That's insane. Now, question is, should we get that one? Or should we get more likely to get children? I will take the self-promoter, and I just like to get morning exercise, but 5 more to hit points can be good, at least until we get, not that one, is it this one that gives us more HP? Alright, and we are excuse me, not playing with maces, so let's take that one. Alright. We have a couple of upgrades here, and we can sell off these. And who are you? You are from the Golden Horde. You have some stewardship and some charm though, so you could be a governor, just not in Rome. So let's move on. Where does that belongs to Lombardy Castle or what? Yeah. Hello, barbarians. You want to fight us? Let's do that.
Under my orders.
All right. What I haven't said already is, of course, that I also have the
Everyone move. Form a signal
RTS
line.
Camera, and this will make us able to go into RTS mode and follow the battle like that. Then the our own character will be managed by the AI, so we can just go down here and see the battle from this perspective. I love how the soldiers do the shield wall here, with the first blocking from below and the backwards blocking above. Alright,
Footmen.
the enemy has thrown their spears,
Action.
so let's just go. Let's see how Julius Caesar is going to do about that. We do have some spears going also. We have broken formation, but looks like it is going alright. Definitely have a lot more armor than our enemies, so that is definitely to our advantage when having the realistic battle map. Alright, so Julius did not do anything, but that's alright. Looks like we went to clan tier 1 there. So it took us 52 minutes, so that's good. And we have gotten the gotten more troops party size, and now we can also join a an empire as a what is called a mercenary. So I think that is what we are going to do. I do think that this could be a good time for ending this episode. So I just again want to say thank you everybody for the amazing support. If you want to keep supporting me, the best way of doing it is liking my videos and writing a comment. That will help the YouTube algorithm expose my videos some more. So thank you a lot, and I will see you guys the next time.